All right, we are going to get started. So excited. Welcome, everybody. We are, all here tonight because we're on a mission to not let the holidays derail us, right? I mean, raise your hand if you have felt completely derailed during the holidays and feel a little crazy, a little cray cray. I know I have. So we just want to welcome you guys. And as you hop on, just go ahead and mute yourselves. My name is Tina Walterstorff, and I'm here along with my friends Lisa, Wave, and Nicole, and Jill. We're all bringing you some really great tips tonight that we feel super passionate about. So please put in the comments who invited you. And at the end of this call, we have a gift for each of you that you're going to absolutely love. Your interaction is always welcome in the chat. So be chatty in the little sidebar there and chat away. And we just ask again that everybody is muted as you're hopping on. So the holiday season, begins around the end of October through the second week in January, if we're honest, right? It's kind of a long time. On a scale of 1 to 5, how easy is it to get derailed? On a scale of 1 to 5, 1, you don't get derailed. 5, you're like kind of feel frazzled over the holidays. Put that in the comments. We would love, oh, look at the 5s. Right? So that's why we're here. So our goal tonight is to give you some tips that everyone can walk away with so that you can feel less stress, feel healthier, and more joyous this holiday season. We will talk about the struggles that we all have sometimes through the holidays and things that have helped us along with our favorite plexus supplements as well. And if we're talking about the problems people face before and through the holidays, we are literally surrounded by what? What are we surrounded by? Sugar. We're surrounded by tempting foods that we think are only available right now. So overindulging feels like we just have to do it. We just have to do it because it's only right now. We can be very busy, not cooking healthy, can feel stressed, lots of activities, feel tired, energy super low. If that has been you, put a yes in the chat. So we will go into all of that and how these resources will make it better for you. And you'll just take away little bits and pieces that feel good to you. All right. So Christmas is a magical time, celebrating with family, feeling your best is so important. I just turned 52. I never admit these things because I've been 29 forever. But I feel better today than I did in my 30s, to be honest. Plus, I'm going to be a Grandma Gigi, and I want to be healthy for my little baby girl coming in April. So let's kickstart this off with first talking about getting organized, because as we are looking ahead, the first thing we need to do is open up that calendar and get organized. So I'm going to let Lisa take it away.
Well, hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I am just going to gloss over some helpful tips that I have found that keeps me going through the holiday. Seems like a great place to start, because then if you're organized, then all the other things will kind of fall into place. So I've got about 4 or 5 things I want to run through with you. The very first may seem obvious, but hang in there with me. My first tip is to use your calendar, whether it's on your phone or pen and paper, which is my favorite. I am a huge fan of using your calendar, time blocking, and putting everything on it. Now, bear with me with that. Start with all the obvious stuff. Once a week I go through, I time block everything that it's non-negotiable. My hours at my office, any doctor's appointments, any children's activities that need to happen, they go in first. And then I time block around those, the things that I'd like to or need to get done outside of those non-negotiables. It might be the Christmas parties coming up. It might be family events. Maybe it's Christmas parties or events at your child's school. Maybe it's planning your baking day and blocking off enough time to do that. Block off time to write your Christmas cards. Those kind of get put to the end a lot of times, and then we're frazzled about them, and it's not a joyful thing to do. Make sure you block off time to write your Christmas list, who you're going to shop for and what you want to get them. And then block off when you're going to go shopping and when you're going to actually wrap those gifts. And when you see it all on the calendar, it's going to, for some people, when they think about it, they think it's going to feel really rigid, but you will actually feel very free. You'll realize and you'll see the empty spots that you can plug in with even more fun things. Second thing I suggest is making lists. List the gifts you're going to make or the people you want to buy gifts for and what you want to buy for them. Check it off as you order it, as it arrives, or as you buy it, and then put another line through that check mark when it's wrapped, and you will see when everything is coming together. Make a list of what you want to bake. Every night, make a list of the errands that you need to run the next day so you start the ground running. And keep a running list in your phone of things that you need to get at the store. So I have a note in my phone, and when it says Walmart, TJ Maxx, grocery store. It's got a bunch of different places that I go on the regular. And as I see things we need, I plug it in there. So if I'm there, I don't forget what I need. Next, I always pull out all my recipes that I need for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and put them in their own folder. So I'm not flipping through stuff at the last minute, trying to find a recipe and can't find it. I also keep an envelope with all of my receipts. So if I need to return something or if there's something wonky on my credit card, I've got everything in one folder, at least until after the holidays. And then finally, when all of this is together and you're really organized, find time in that schedule to do some stuff for yourself, to do some things that will help de-stress, that actually rewards you for working hard during the holidays and actually feels really good. So with that, I'm going to send it back to Tina, and she's actually going to talk more specifically about decreasing that stress and how you can do some self-care through the holidays.
So that was so good. And I just want to, say that self-care for yourself, putting yourself in the calendar is really, really important. A lot of people will do something afterwards, but think if we do things before and during the season. So let's talk about stress. For some, the holidays can heighten stress, whether it's being busy, you're hosting that big gathering, maybe it's relationship tension. Stress takes a toll on us, and it leads to increase of cortisol. And increase in cortisol can lead to that holiday weight gain as well. But that release of cortisol causes inflammation. Then that inflammation affects our immune system, and that can lead to cardiovascular issues. So stress is a big, big deal. Sometimes we may not even feel like we're stressed, but our body carries it. Did you know that gut health plays a big role in handling stress? Our gut is referred to as our second brain. In fact, people with a good, healthy microbiome seem to handle stress better. They have a lower chance of depression, anxiety. They are the ones that are cool, calm, and collective. Isn't that crazy? So what causes bad gut health? Here's what causes bad gut health. These are the things you're going to want to avoid. Ultra-processed foods, lots of sugars, too much alcohol and antibiotics, stress, as we're talking about, and a sedentary lifestyle. So what can we do? I always want a solution to the problem, right? What can we do? Things we can do right now. We can cut out the processed foods. We can cut out foods with preservatives, dyes, artificial sweeteners, and those amazing seed oils that seem to sneak into, I swear, about everything. So replace these things with nutrient-dense whole foods. You can boost your immunity with our Immune Plus supplement, which is the bomb for immunity. I'm not even kidding you. Number two, we can incorporate fermented foods to help our gut bacteria, sauerkraut, kimchi. We can introduce probiotics to feed that gut health, to feed those good gut bugs and to get rid of the bad guys. Things like our probiotic, our Probio 5, and our Vital Biome, which we call our chill pill here. It helps with anxiety and stress. That's a great one to have on hand for the holidays. Number three, focus on fiber-rich foods like vegetables and fruits, legumes. These will feed that good bacteria in your gut as well. We also want to think about omega-3s. They are really, really crucial for reducing inflammation throughout your body and especially in your brain. Our Mega X is a tiny little gel pill. It has all spectrums, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. This is how tiny that they are. Easy to take from the ahi flower, no fishy burp. So I love that. Next, I want to talk about what can we do to physically de-stress? We've had a really stressful day or something's coming up. What can we do to bring down those cortisol levels? And one thing, these things I do every day. Number one is practice grounding. If you can go out and get your feet on the ground for 15 minutes a day, get some sunlight and things like that, that's going to help. Also, breath work. Breath work can help mental clarity and reduce your anxiety. So something I like to do with breath work is inhale once deep and then inhale again as far as you can. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then release that down and just exhale really slowly. And just repeat that 6 times. Anytime you feel stressful, or even, at night before bed, first thing in the morning, it really, really helps. Number two, moving your body, going for that 15 to 20-minute walk every day. And if you can get outside, that sun is on you, that's going to increase dopamine so much. Number three, to relax at night after a stressful day. I do this every single night. My family knows do not interrupt mom is her relaxing time. I pour that hot bath. I add some Epsom salts to my bath water. That's going to help detox you. That's going to help relax your muscles. Add a little bit of lavender essential oils in there, some soft music, and you feel like you're at a spa, and just relax and let the stress of the day go away from your body. Number four, I absolutely love this. I'm a huge believer in gratitude journaling. All my friends know it. I talk about gratitude journaling so much. But if you can sit down at night after that nice warm bath and just gratitude about the things throughout the day. And sometimes if you've had a stressful day, it might be hard to think about what am I even grateful for. But I'm telling you, friends, pick 5 things. It will come to you. And as you start to change your thoughts, it will change everything around you. You'll start seeing things that you're grateful for all around you. Make it a habit. In 2 weeks, you'll be amazed. The last thing I want to talk about is sleep. Just trying to get 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep. Your body heals and your brain heals when you sleep. And that also helps your metabolism. So when your gut is healthy, remember, you're less likely to feel stressed. All right. Next is my friend Nicole. She has an amazing testimony.
Hey everyone. So I love what you shared about gut health because gut health has definitely been really a game changer for me. And I didn't really know much about it until about, I guess it was like 7 years ago. And so I have seen a lot of drastic different changes throughout my health. I'm not going to go through all that here because I'm going to be talking about weight loss, but gut health is foundational. And so what I will say is the gut health supplements that I've been taking for years definitely play a factor in all aspects of your health in so many different ways. And it plays a role in weight if that is something that you're looking to manage. So here's the thing. Here's where I was about a year ago. About a year ago this time, we were on a cruise. Actually, several of these ladies were on a cruise with me. And if you have been on a cruise, you know there is food all day long. There are drinks all day long. It is, it's all inclusive. So I went on maybe one too many all-inclusive trips last year. I had an anniversary, a 10-year anniversary, by the way, all-inclusive resort trip to Punta Cana with my husband. We were on a trip that year also to Las Vegas for someone's wedding, which we stayed for the weekend. And then we basically spent all our money enjoying food that weekend. And then there was another wedding, and then there was a trip to Las Vegas again. And then there was a trip to the beach with the family in North Carolina. Anyway, so just a lot of overindulgence, okay? A lot of all you can eat. So by the end of the year, I was feeling really fluffy, really uncomfortable in my clothes. And actually what really got to me was, and I don't mean it like in a way that this person got to me, but it was just like I finally realized I need to do something about this. I had someone say to me, she pointed to my belly and said, cute baby belly. And I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was definitely not pregnant. So that's when I realized, oh my goodness, I need to change something in my routine. So that was the end of November when we were on that cruise, and then in December, I'm like, okay, the holidays are here. I just got to do something. And so I made a commitment to start something new. I added in a supplement called Balance. I'm not going to go into what all that does. The person that invited you can tell you more about Balance, but I added that to my regimen. I decided to take it 1 to 2 times a day. I would say for a good, I don't know, maybe a month or so. I was trying to take it about twice a day, but as long as I was taking it at least once a day, that was good. I was also using the Slim Pink drink 1 to 2 times a day. And so started that kind of in December. And then I committed to doing 1 3-day metabolic reset, which is it's basically a 3-day nutritionally supported fast. Decided to do one of those every single month during the year of 2024. So starting in January, I did my first reset. It was about a week into January, and then every 4 weeks since then, I've done a reset. And it's really been a game changer for me. I also continued doing the balance, and continue taking my gut health supplements, continue taking, the Slim Pink drink, and did those. I would say I continued the balance through like February. Not as consistent with that since then, but the reset definitely every single month. And what I found was that was the kicker. I really needed to have something that was like compounding my results and that consistency. So with the addition of those products and doing the monthly reset, by April, I lost 12 pounds. And I will tell you, we're here now in November, and I have kept the weight off. Later during the year, about halfway in, it was the summer, I also added in a detox drink, and I do that every single night. And that I really feel like has also been key between that and the monthly resets for me to keep off that extra weight that I had gained last year. And what my hope is through this holiday season, I'm going to also be able to keep it off and not have to worry about that because I'm feeling great. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys about holiday weight gain because I know it's no fun.
I think I'm up next. Is that
Yep,
correct?
you are up
Okay, sorry,
next,
yes.
Lisa. Baking, give us the tip.
Thank you so much, Nicole. That actually leads beautifully into what I was going to talk about. So hopefully, um, some of what Nicole talked about will intrigue you, and then hopefully I'll give you some tips as well. So next up, I'm going to talk about some healthy baking swaps and some things that you can do that actually allow you to enjoy the holidays, but maybe in a little bit healthier of a way. So we all know that we're going to eat more typically during the holidays, and we're probably going to eat more sugar, more processed foods, have more cocktails, do some things that we typically don't do on a daily basis. And some of the things I'm going to tell you this evening that we do in our house, we do throughout the year. But I think they're especially important this time of the year because if you can move that needle a little bit towards the better side, it's going to really kind of help balance out some of the other things that you may or may not be doing over the holidays. So I'm going to give you a couple of things that we swap out, and then I'm going to give you 2 tools that I really love this time of year that have helped me. So the things that I swap out a lot is I swap out processed sugar, and instead I use several different things depending on whether I'm baking or whether I'm cooking. But a lot of times I'll use organic coconut sugar or organic, I knew I was going to draw a blank because I didn't write this one down. I'll come back to that one. Maple syrup, honey, applesauce, stevia. Now remember that stevia is much sweeter. It's about 150 times sweeter than sugar. So use a teeny amount of that, like a teaspoon to a tablespoon versus a cup of sugar. And you can also use agave nectar. So what I tell people is don't just think about your obvious things like baking. Think about like when you have your cup of tea. Think about when you have your cup of coffee. Think about when you're buying your yogurt and things like that. Look at the ingredients and find ones that have healthy sweeteners in it instead of processed sugar. The next thing I use a lot for swaps is applesauce. You can replace eggs, butter, and oil with applesauce. And if you have someone coming for the holidays that's vegan, it's really nice to make stuff with applesauce and taking out the eggs and the butter so you have something you can offer them. I really love having those options. I also use full fat Greek yogurt, many times in place of butter again, sometimes in in place of sour cream or oil. The really cool thing about this one is not only are you putting something healthy in and taking out sometimes like the sour cream, which isn't as healthy, but you're adding protein. So you're kind of double dipping on that one, which I love. Next, I really encourage people to use healthy oils. I think we've probably heard, most of us have heard a lot about healthier oils in the media lately, but I was going to mention my two favorites. So I love avocado oil and coconut oil. Now, I'm not a huge coconut fan, so I do get the unflavored coconut oil. And what I love about that one is you can cook at very high temperatures with it, where you really shouldn't do that with like extra organic virgin olive oil, which is a totally good oil as well, but I was speaking more for baking and cooking. Avocado oil is wonderful. You can also mash avocados. Obviously, they're really great sources for healthy fats and essential nutrients, but you can use that in place of butter. The only thing I will, because I learned the hard way, is just kind of warn you that if you use it, you have to really lower the temperature of your oven and cook it longer. But most recipes, if you're using one that's swapping those things, it'll go through that with you and tell you how to adjust that. I've also used coconut flour instead of white flour, which is much healthier for you. And the last swap is probably my favorite. It's Lily's chocolate chips. If you're not familiar with them, they are allergen friendly, so they're gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan. There's no sugar. They're sweetened with stevia. They are so good. I cook all my stuff with them, whether it's muffins or cookies, pancakes, but I also just love eating them out of the bag. They're just so, so good. So with that said, we all know at the end of the day, we are going to go to the parties. We are going to have the cookies. We are going to have desserts. We're going to go to restaurants. And I think we should. We should never feel deprived. We should enjoy the holidays. So when we do, there's a couple of things that I really like as far as tools. So the first is we have a wonderful carb blocker, and Nicole spoke of that very briefly. Again, I'm not going to go into the details. We actually have two versions of it. We have balance and we have block. They both do what most of you probably know carb blockers for, which is ours block up to about 48% of the carbs and sugars that you ingest in the largest meal of your day. But they work in different ways and they have a couple of extra little tricks up their sleeves. So if you are interested in learning more about those, I suggest you get with the person who invited you to this tonight or gave you the video to watch, and they can talk to you about your health history and your goals, and they can point you in the right direction. The other tool I really, really like is our lean protein shake mix, not necessarily because of the shakes. I do love them. I have one every day. It's a great protein source. And I think Jill's going to talk a little bit about those in just a second. But I love them because I can make a lot of really yummy things that are delicious, that are satisfying, and just don't derail my holidays, but I also don't feel like I'm being deprived because they're so good. So just very quickly, you can make protein balls, granola bars, and I've done all of these. Mini chocolate volcano cakes in the microwave. Are amazing. Pancakes, fudgy, lean chocolate brownies. I've made protein peanut butter cookies, protein monster chocolate chip cookies. You can make fancy coffee drinks, just putting like a tablespoon and using a frother. So, so good. I've made pumpkin cheesecake mousse and all kinds of smoothies with these. So it's really a wonderful tool to have, like just to have some really, really yummy treats and snacks set aside that you can have and enjoy during the holidays as well. So you don't reach for all the bad stuff. So I am going to throw it now to Jill, and she's going to talk to you a little bit more about shopping and being hangry and energy.
All right. Well, hello, everybody. Had to bust out my Santa hat. I found it in the basement. But anyway, hi, my name is Jill, and one of the things I'm going to talk to you about, when Christmas comes, one of the things that we do a lot of is shopping, right? Whether it's shopping in the grocery store or shopping, for all the gifts. And we all know, like the unwritten rule is you don't go to a grocery store hungry, right? So that would be bad. You would probably buy a lot of things you don't need. And so, like Lisa said, one of the things that's really good to have in your bag or in your purse or something, this is chocolate lean. This is the little sample pack that's actually in the reset I'll talk about in a second. But you can take a couple scoops of this, put it in a Ziploc, throw it in your purse, and you can just add it to water. It's actually not gritty. It's super yummy. I like to add in some PB2 peanut butter powder in with it, and I love it with unsweetened coconut milk personally. But that's just a really fast, simple thing you can have on the go, and so that you're not super starving when you're going to the grocery store or just shopping in general. The other thing, as you're shopping and walking around, let's say you go to Costco and there's all the samples out. One of the things that can also help you, we have something called, this is our hunger control pink drink called Slim HC for hunger control. And when you drink this, it makes you feel fuller faster. And so there's a lot of fiber in here. It binds to water, and it makes your stomach feel fuller. And so you're not really craving. Like you're like, I don't really want it because I feel totally full. And so you won't eat all the Costco samples. So that's a really good thing. A lot of us go shopping and driving around with our little water, our Stanley or whatever water bottle happens to be. And I love how convenient and simple this is. You can just pour it in and just go for it. And the other thing that I love, when you're shopping, one of the things that I feel like I always do is I get super tired, right? There's a lot of energy drained from us when we're like battling the crowds and we're in the malls and whatever. And so I like to also have one of these. This is our active. It's called Active. It's our natural energy drink. I actually combine the two of them often, pour both of them in with like 20 ounces of water or so, and I'm good to go. Natural energy. I don't have jitters, and my mind is clear. One of the things that Active is known for, they say it helps you remember why you walked in the room. And so as you're shopping for people, you remember, why did I go in the store again? Well, if you drink your Active, hopefully you'll remember that. And so those are just three of the tools that really will help you this holiday season. 8 years ago, I started these products, and I drank Diet Coke every day for 30 years. That was my thing. That's what gave me the energy. But you know what? The Diet Coke, it never helped balance my hormones, never helped me with my blood sugar imbalance. I had low blood sugar problems, and never helped me with fatigue, like long lasting fatigue. After the Diet Coke would go away, I kind of would have this crash. And I had a really hard time drinking my Diet Coke without some French fries or some chips, and that, the spiral effect of that. The Diet Coke did nothing to help me with my immunity, or my digestion or my sleep. And so these products have. And so that's one of the things I love about these. Okay, so next, Nicole is going to come up and tell us about traveling.
Yes, I'm sure a lot of you are going to be doing holiday traveling, or you have friends and family that are traveling to you. I've done a lot of road trips, and it's not ideal when you're doing a road trip is falling asleep, first of all, getting tired, losing focus, also having to go to the bathroom, right? So those are some things that, I try to avoid. And one tip I would give you too, before you get in that car, get yourself some healthy snacks. Because if you don't, you're going to be stopping at the gas station. You're going to grab those Doritos or the candy or whatever it is that you're hungry for. So I do recommend some things like grapes, any kind of grapes, apples, because apples have fiber in them. They're crunchy. And what do we like to do when we're bored and we're driving for a long time? We want to crunch on something, right? So instead of crunching on chips, honestly, the apple goes a long way because you don't think it's going to hold you over. But I swear, if I have an apple and I drink some water, I actually end up feeling pretty full. And even if I have that other extra fun snack there, I'm less likely to grab it, or I might wait until a lot later to grab it. Find some good protein bars or anything that, maybe has a little bit of protein that doesn't have bad ingredients. Just try to avoid things like artificial sweeteners, like sucralose, things like that, high fructose corn syrup. It's okay to have a little natural sugar. And these ones just have a few simple ingredients in it. They're Lara bars. I also like RX bars, and they're nice and chewy. So you kind of get that, once you're done eating it, you're kind of like satisfied and you've had a lot of chewing going on. So you're like, I'm good. I also like to have some nuts in the car too. I always kind of keep some in the glove compartment. These are macadamia nuts, but I usually get like a mix. So those are some tips just to keep those with you when you are traveling. But I wanted to share a quick story, you guys. I was on a road trip with my family, and it was just my husband and my daughter. Car was all loaded up with our stuff. It was a beach trip. And as we're driving down the highway, my husband was driving. He was really, really tired. And he doesn't often get that tired when he's driving. I mean, he had just been driving a long time. I made him do the long run. Okay. And at that point, he was like, you know what? I got to pass it over. I'm done. I need you to drive. And I'm like, okay. Unfortunately, I also just at that moment was feeling like I was ready for a nap. So it was not really great timing. And I thought, okay, I can do this. It's all good. So we pulled over, kind of, went to the bathroom, all that stuff. And then I popped what's called an edge, and it's a capsule. It gives you more energy, more focus, and really mental clarity. And so I took that, and I will tell you, I really feel like it saved my life because if I didn't have that, and God watching over me, but if I didn't have that to keep me alert, I don't know how I would have reacted in this situation because we're driving down the highway and there's an 18-wheeler in front of us. Another car must have fallen asleep at the wheel. They drifted underneath an 18-wheeler and then back through. Somehow they rolled over, ended up in the median. They were okay. They came out fine. I have chills just talking about it, but it was all about my reaction because if I had let my husband drive how tired he was just a half hour before, or however, I don't think we had driven that far since we had switched drivers. Or if I hadn't taken that edge and gotten myself alert, I really don't know how I would have reacted because I was pretty darn tired before I got in that car. And I will tell you that I could feel the focus in myself on the steering wheel and being able to react the way I did because there was cars coming behind me, cars coming to the side of me, and then what was happening in front of me. And I really do feel like that saved my life. So get yourself some Edge. The other great thing about it is it's not an energy drink that you're sipping on where it's making you have to go to the bathroom. It's a capsule. So you're not having to run, and stop at the gas station again to go to the bathroom. Same thing for airplane rides. It really helps with that. Keeping you alert if you need to get work done in the plane without having to run to the restroom. So I think I'm going to pass it back to Jill. And you know what, before I do, really quick, if you don't mind, I just wanted to show you, since I know you're going to talk about this, my before and afters with the holidays. Here it is. So this was me January 1st. And it was just, I was getting really uncomfortable. These pants were getting really tight. And then 4 months later, so we have, I'm sorry, this is my before. I couldn't see what I was doing. And then this is my after over here. It was backwards. But I lost inches. I lost, I think, 3 inches or something. And like I said, 12 pounds down. I mean, I just felt so much better. So I just thought I'd show you the visual.
All right, awesome.
All right, Jill.
Thanks, Nicole. So the thing that Nicole was talking about that she did every month that helped her with that 12-pound weight loss is this thing called a 3-day reset. This is something that is it's nutritionally supported fast. So you're not completely fasting, like not eating anything. You're actually eating 600 calories each day for 3 days. You're having about 70 grams of protein. Yeah, and it's a lot easier than you think. I was like, I can't not eat for 3 days. Are you kidding me? But it comes out of that box. There's day 1, 2, and 3. I got you so right. Here's day 1. And so you turn around, it says daily routine, and it has these little check boxes here about what to eat and drink every day. And there's 8 products in here. And it's a lot simpler than you think. I know a lot of times I was like, oh no, I can't, I gotta wait till I'm doing absolutely nothing and then I can do it. But actually I found, because I've done a number of these as well, is that it was easier for me when I was super busy because I wasn't thinking about food as much. I was just like, oh, gotta do the next thing. And about every 2 hours, you're drinking or eating something. And so it was a lot easier, like I said, than I thought. Now, and if you are somebody that's like, no, I don't need to lose weight, the thing with this reset is it helps to reset your metabolism, but the other benefits are amazing too. So even some of my friends that don't need to lose a pound, they have really, really loved the results I've got from this. Things like better mental clarity. Like I really felt like I had such bad brain fog, especially after the whole like COVID thing and catching COVID at time once or twice. I just felt like my brain was just bogged down. But I literally felt like somebody went in and grabbed with their gloved hand and like took all the junk out of my brain. And I could actually think clearly. It also gets rid of your cravings. And so you're not ruled by your cravings. And, around Christmas time when all the cookies are out there and you're making all the things, it's so much easier not to eat like 8 cookies if you don't want to eat 8 cookies, right? As soon as someone tells me don't eat cookies, all I want to do is eat cookies. And so this really helps. It helps you to get rid of your cravings, and so you're more mindful about your choices, and you can actually choose healthier things, which is great. It helps with your inflammation. Like Nicole said, she lost some inches around her waist. It helps with digestion, energy, sleep. I mean, there's so many amazing benefits to this. So I just wanted to throw this out there. And you guys, this month, this is the 3-day reset. It's normally $79. It's free to all brand new customers. You just get started on one of our other product packs. Our kind of flagship product is the triplex. It's for gut health. And I didn't even know what gut health was 8 years ago. I thought gut health was only for the only people that needed gut health were people that had a hard time pooping. Or maybe they poop too much. I thought it was all pooping. But you know what, you guys? I invite you guys to Google gut health and fill in the blank. Like whatever issue you're having, there's so many links to gut health. It's crazy. I mean, energy, mood, that 85% of our serotonin, which is our mood hormone, it's created in our digestive tract. Melatonin, which is our sleep hormone, is created in our GI tract as well. Our immunity, the majority of our immunity, like 80-90% of it, is the battle is fought in our gut. So if our gut is full of all that bad bacteria, the candida, then our body cannot produce the things it's supposed to produce. And so you might struggle with anxiety, depression, insomnia, so many things. And so that is why triplex, people love it, and they're having amazing results on it when they stick with it and they stay with it. But when you get started this month with any starter pack, doesn't have to be triplex, but you get the reset for free. And the other thing that's super awesome is that it's so much better to do something like this with a friend. So I invite you guys, when you get started, find your best friend, your mom, your sister, your whoever it is that does everything with you, and say, oh my gosh, we should do this together, because it is a great time to focus on your health, right? Give yourself the gift of health this Christmas. Yep, that's all I got.
All right, such good stuff. You guys, drop in the chat what one of your biggest takeaways tonight has been, and be sure to grab that free holiday recipe cookbook here in the chat. You can just click on the link. Lisa dropped it in the chat just up a little bit there, and grab that and enjoy those recipes. And I mean, that reset being free and $89 value, that is just so huge. So we want to, in closing, I just want to thank you guys all for coming tonight. I hope that you're able to grab a few of these tips and just start applying some of them so that you don't get derailed through the holiday season and can truly experience more joy and feeling of purpose. I can't leave here without telling you a little bit about my story. 8 years ago, I took the leap. I was sick and tired of feeling tired, grouchy, bloated, constipated, and this is the but, but a diagnosis of early stages of heart disease rocked me to my core. You guys, I tried 18 different probiotics out there, and nothing made me feel any different. God literally put Plexus in my life at a time where I just felt really hopeless. Didn't know I was going to get emotional, but brings back a lot of memories. So I decided I had nothing to lose, and I ended up trying this, and it was the best decision that I made for myself. This summer at my cardiology appointment, I had no signs of heart disease, no mitral valve prolapse anymore. My cholesterol is completely in normal ranges. And I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this, but my cardiologist literally said, I've never seen this turn around like what you've had turn around. And he was amazed. So I'm so happy that I could address these issues naturally, that get to the root of the problem, as opposed to treating something with symptoms of a medication. I never took a medication, and I'm glad I never had to. My heart health was my unexpected blessing. And in addition, it's helped balance my hormones during crazy perimenopause type stuff. And, it'll help support my body on into menopause and beyond that. And I just feel blessed. I just feel happy and energized. So many things have improved. I could go on, but just wanted to share a little bit about my story. If you are someone that would like to give yourself the gift of health this season, you can talk to the person who invited you, and she'll customize something that's going to be a good match for your specific, unique needs, because everybody's body is so different. All of our products, you guys, are plant-based. They're vegan. They have no artificial colors, sweeteners. And we have been the OG in gut health for 16 years. And I know if you're listening to anything or reading anything, you are hearing a lot more about gut health. So when you make the choice this month to get started with your own health journey, you're going to get that free reset, that $89 3-day reset that's going to be amazing and literally kickstart your metabolism. You're going to get a free app that has workouts and recipes that your family's going to love. And then something that I absolutely love that we do is every single person gets a referral link. And when you invite 4 of your friends to try this with you and you say, let's do this through the holidays, let's be the healthier version of ourselves. And you can share this video with them so that they can get more tips. But when you have 4 friends try this with you, you're going to earn back over $500 in cash that you can put towards anything that you need. Maybe it's the Christmas gifts. Maybe it's the groceries that are so dang expensive. Maybe it's a car payment that would just be such a gift to take that load off. Just imagine feeling really great and having that extra cash and doing it with friends. And for some extra, something extra that we're all doing, those of us that have posted this tonight, is that anyone that jumps in this week through Friday, we're gifting an additional discount to you for that, just a gifting you. So talk to your friend who invited you, and you guys can talk about that. So thank you guys so much for coming. And I hope and pray that you all have a healthy, happy holiday season. We hope that you've had a great time tonight and share this with those that you love and care about. All right. Thanks so much. And thanks to everybody. This was so fun. Good night, everybody.